What a beautiful day in Satisfactory. Welcome everyone, my name is Julian and welcome to a new video on this episode JP Zone TV. In today's video we're gonna talk about 10 quality of life mods. Yeah, so let's hop right in. This is the mod we're talking about. What this mod does is it adds 2 timers. You can build them by clicking on your specializing. You see the chronometer and the 3D clock. The 3D clock is basically just the normal time or normal clock we have. What time is it at the moment? And this thing is the chronometer is a stopwatch, a 3D stopwatch, which is pretty cute. And you can also see on top in my hotbar here, or no, in my hotbar, in my top bar. A timer, how long I'm playing, what time it is, and what time I've played this session, which is really nice, just to have a small little thing in mind, because I mean we all lose track of time in this game. It's unbelievable. Coming in with the second mod now. So now we're coming into the first box here. What this thing does, the mod is called third person view. It's pretty self-explanatory. Nothing big. It adds just a little third person view terminal, which you can click on, and you can just make yourself in third person, which is kind of strange. And also with my Blade Runners, holy shit, what happened here? Whoa. You can also adjust the size, the view you are, and a lot of things actually. You can also adjust your helmet color, which is pretty cute. You can make yourself bigger, smaller. Just a few little add-ons here. I'm gonna turn it off because that's just weird. Now, the third mod we're talking about is this thing. This doesn't seem much, but when you hover over it, you can already see belt-fed biomass burner. If we go to the back, whoa, we have a input slot for our biomass burner, which is so nice, considering the fact that all of us have this problem all the time when our biomass generators run out. And it doesn't cost that much. I think it costs the same, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, it costs 2 reinforced plates more, which is really nice to have. I think just a little add-on, nothing special, nothing too big here. Now, the third mod may seem a bit awkward, because why do I have 4 pillars here? Well, the third mod is called Infinity Power Lines, or Invisible Power Lines. And as the name suggests, if you hover over this thing here, or if we wanna grab something, you can already see there's a connection. And there's also a connection. What this thing adds, it adds invisible power lines. You can see here is my power line, and my invisible power line now comes from here to here. This has some game features. I mean, it looks nicer. It looks better. It can look better. But of course, if you have your factory and you don't know if you have power connected or not in a big factory, that could be a big problem, I'll tell you. Had a lot of experiences with that one. Now, before we come into those big mods right there, or bigger ones, we have one little mod installed that's called the inventory filters. And basically what it does, it lets you, if you right click on a slot, it lets you pre-adjust what item should be here, which is, you can also reset it, you can add everything you want. This thing is pretty nice if you have so many items in your inventory like me, and you just want 3 or 3 of them always on the top, or concrete always here, and there you can see how much you have. Nice little mod, nothing too special here. Now, the next mod is a bit bigger. It adds a few junctions, but I'm gonna talk about every one of them right now. No, so the mod is called Fluid Sink and More. The first thing we will see right here is a industrial storage with 4 inputs rather than 2, which could be really nice if you want to redirect something to this side and to this side. Just a junction more or less with a huge storage. Then we have this thing right here. What this thing adds is it adds a... Ooh, where is it? I don't find it. Where is it? Now, it adds... Oh, that's not another mod. It adds a... Am I stupid? Yeah, it adds a fluid sink, because we don't have that actually in the vanilla gameplay. And this thing just adds a... we can get rid of fluids, and don't have to package them and then get rid of them. Just a really nice add-on that is so important, I'll tell you. Now, the graphics is not that nice, but yeah, we get away with that. Then we have a 6 output junction rather than 4. Really nice, nothing special here. We have a small fluid buffer. Now this thing holds 100 cubic meters and has 8 outputs, which is nice if you have like a big factory and you just want to have some pre-storages and you want to have 2 layers of pipes, and these are already pre-adjusted. Just a nice little add-on, as I said. Then we have these 2 big boys here. These are pre-made 6 output junctions. Why you would need them, I'm not that sure, but you have them. Yeah, it's just pre-installed, nothing special. Now the next thing is a really great thing, and this is a overflow valve. If you put a storage container here, and an input here, storage container here, and a use thing here, you can enter whether this should be an overflow valve or not. Meaning everything, if it's full, it just flows to this one. We don't have that either, and it's pretty nice to have one. Not gonna lie about it. Now, the next mod is called the Special Containers mod. And as the name suggests, you can already think about what this thing adds. It adds more containers, and a lot more containers, to tell you that. Now, we have the double wall containers. These are perfect because they line up perfectly with a 2 output wall. The 3 output containers, again, perfectly line up with a 3 output wall. Then we have our industrial storage, but this thing has something special. It has 2 additional outposts on the sides, which is nice because we don't have that either. Then we have our sideways container. This is just an industrial storage unit put sideways. It looks so weird, but I mean, graphic or design wise, this could be used a lot because it just is like a thrown down container. Then we have our huge storage container. This is a really big container. It's just basically 3 industrial storage units put together into a cramped space, which is nice to have. But this thing, oh boy, this is the big boy. We have a total of 16 slots to put something in or out, and a massive storage. This thing, I'll tell you, it holds up to 489 items. 98, sorry. 498 items. Why would you need that? This is so... I don't know where you would ever need that thing. Oh my god. But this thing is so nice. It looks so good. Then we have our wooden barn. Just a small storage container, but the style of it just looks kind of awkward in the game. But it definitely has something to it. Oh god. And then we have these 4 boys. What these are? They are storage containers for fluids. Like a small, a medium fluid storage, a bigger fluid storage, and the huge fluid storage, which holds more than an industrial storage unit. And they are not that cheap, or actually they are less. They are really cheap compared to the industrial buffers, which is also pretty nice. Some of you may consider it cheating, but it's up to you to use it, of course. Well, this thing is not cheap at all. Now, coming into the next mod. Now, for the next mod, we are here in our hub, and you can already see it. The mod is called Craftable Hard Drives. Now, it may sound cheating, but for those guys who don't like to explore that much and want to get all these alternative recipes, this mod is definitely for you. It's not cheap at all. 500 computers, 500 AI limiters, 500 circuit boards, and 500 high-speed connectors. Just to unlock it. Coming into our crafting table, we scroll all the way down to computers, and you see hard drives. They cost 50 computers, 50 high-speed connectors, 50 AI limiters, and 200 circuits each, which is not that cheap and needs 60 hits. But compared to finding them, it's a rather relaxing task. Now, coming into our second but last mod, it's called X3 Splitter Merger Pole. Yeah, well, it's actually basically self-explanatory. You get these poles, the 4, the 2, and the 2 pole, and you can put mergers and splitters perfectly on top of it, and it just aligns up, and it looks pretty nice just to have it here. I personally have no use for them because I do that manually, but if you guys are a bit lame and don't want to have it that much, this mod is definitely for you. And now the final and last mod of this episode, it's called the Linear Motion mod. And what this does is it actually implements elevators and a huge elevator, which I'm coming to later. But it adds 3 tiers of elevators. The Mark 1, the Mark 2, and the Mark 3. All have hull look the same, except the hotbar. Now, we have here a total of 5 floors maximum, meaning we could add a total of 5 floors to this one, and a maximum height of 100 meters. The Mark II one could hold up to 10 floors, which is a lot more, and you can also adjust the heights of it, the heights of the floor and stuff. But it looks a lot bigger. And of course, the Mark III one, which could hold 20 floors and a maximum height of 500 meters, which is just insane. I mean, I see so many uses for them. If you don't use them, well, I don't know what you're using, but surely not that. And you have this big one. This is a vertical elevator for trucks, but I would not recommend using that at the moment, because it is a bit buggy, as it states by the developers itself. It might still go wrong even if it's done perfectly, so I would not recommend that at all. But the graphics, oh my god, the graphics look just amazing. This thing looks so nice. You could use it as a pole, as a ground foundation or something. Just the graphics alone are extremely nice to have. But yeah, guys, these were all the mods I had for you today. Just 10 nice quick mods in my 4th part of this series. I hope you had a blast. I hope you enjoyed it, and we see us in a new episode soon, guys. Have a great day and goodbye.